Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Naurin. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Trump says minerals deal alone won't restart US support for Ukraine. Trump offers 25,000 buyout to health workers in cost-cutting move. Trump said daylight saving time should be eliminated but faces mixed opinions. Secret Service shot armed man near White House after police warning. ICE arrests Palestinian activist behind Columbia University protests. Kristi Noem pushes for stronger border enforcement amid immigration crackdown. Panama releases migrants deported from the U.S. amid human rights criticism. Iran stands firm against U.S. demands for nuclear deal negotiations. Pope thanks volunteers as doctors share positive health update. Impeached South Korean President Yoon released ahead of insurrection trial. Mikaela Shiffrin sets all-time World Cup podium record, finishes third in Sweden. And India defeats New Zealand to win Champions Trophy in clinical display. You are listening to Headlines, now news in detail. President Donald Trump has told his team that signing a minerals deal with Ukraine is not enough to restart US aid and intelligence sharing. US and Ukrainian officials plan to meet in Saudi Arabia this week to discuss the issue. Trump wants Ukraine to sign the deal, which would give the US access to its mineral resources. But he also wants Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky to change his stance on peace talks, make territorial concessions to Russia, and consider holding elections or stepping down. Ukraine paused elections under martial law since Russia's 2022 invasion. The White House said Ukraine has made progress, but Trump wants more before resuming support. Last week, Russia launched heavy attacks on Ukraine, making it one of the deadliest days for civilians in 2025. The US said the halt in intelligence sharing did not directly cause the attacks. Congressional Republicans are pushing to restart aid. Officials believe intelligence sharing and weapons support could resume next week if Ukraine agrees to Trump's terms. Meanwhile, European allies are trying to fill the intelligence gap left by the US pause. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has offered 25,000 buyouts to most of its 80,000 federal workers as part of President Donald Trump's government cost-cutting plan. The offer, which came through an email, allows employees to voluntarily leave their jobs. Workers have until Friday to decide whether to accept the buyout. The email was sent to staff at key agencies under HHS, including the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the National Institutes of Health. Trump's Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has indicated further staff reductions including the possible removal of workers he believes made poor decisions on health guidelines. The move is part of ongoing efforts to cut costs in federal agencies, with HHS, which handles Medicare and Medicaid, having a large budget. While HHS has not commented on the buyout offer, the department continues to face pressure to reduce expenses, including potential cuts to Medicaid. Daylight saving time has been a topic of debate for years, and recently both President Donald Trump and Elon Musk have shared their opinions. Trump supported ending the time change in a December social media post, calling it inconvenient and costly for the nation. He stated that the Republican Party would try to eliminate DST. However, Trump seemed more cautious about the issue when discussing it during an executive order signing. He called DST very much a 50-50 issue and explained that while some people prefer more daylight in the evening, others want more morning light for activities like taking kids to school. Elon Musk also asked his ex-followers if they preferred an earlier or later time if DST were abolished. In a poll with over 1.3 million responses, 58% voted for more daylight later, while 42% preferred it earlier, as Congress continues to discuss the potential end of DST. The U.S. Secret Service shot an armed man near the White House. The incident happened while President Donald Trump was at his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida. A Secret Service spokesman said the man was taken to the hospital, but his condition was unknown. It was not clear if the White House or Trump was the intended target. No Secret Service agents were injured. Earlier, local police had warned agents about a man traveling from Indiana who was considered suicidal. Around midnight, Secret Service agents found his parked vehicle near 17th and F Streets, close to the White House. Soon after, they saw a person nearby who matched the police description. Authorities have not released further details about the man or his motive. Investigators are reviewing the case to understand what happened and whether he posed a real threat. Security around the White House remains tight. Officials said they would continue monitoring any potential risks. More information about the incident and the suspect's condition may be released in the coming days as the investigation continues. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Mahmoud Khalil, a prominent Palestinian activist and leader of Columbia University's 2024 student protests, was arrested by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents in New York City on Saturday night. His attorney, Amy Greer, said ICE claimed they were acting on a State Department order to revoke Khalil's green card, despite him being a permanent U.S. resident. Khalil, who graduated in December, was taken from his university-owned apartment near Columbia's Manhattan campus. Greer said authorities did not provide a clear explanation to Khalil's pregnant wife about the detention. Khalil was later transferred to an immigration detention center in Elizabeth, New Jersey. The arrest follows President Trump's earlier threats to deport foreign students and target protesters supporting Palestinians. ICE has increased its scrutiny on Columbia following Trump's decision to cut $400 million in grants over the university's handling of anti-Semitism concerns. Columbia University has stated it will comply with all legal requirements. Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem stated her intention to fully utilize her broad and extensive powers to carry out President Trump's promises, particularly around border security and safety. She emphasized her commitment to following the law and ensuring the nation is protected, saying, "We are making sure we are following through on what President Trump promised, making America safe again." Noem also confirmed that DHS had been conducting polygraph tests on its personnel to identify leaks of information about immigration raids. Leakers, she said, could face up to 10 years in federal prison. Regarding border security, Noem praised the administration's progress under Trump, including efforts to tackle cartels and curb fentanyl trafficking. She also noted that illegal border crossings had dropped to a 25-year low. Noem confirmed that military personnel would remain at the border until security is fully achieved and encouraged Congress to approve more funding to support these efforts. Now it's time for global updates. Panama released dozens of migrants detained for weeks in a remote camp after being deported from the U.S. They were given 30 days to leave Panama. The migrants, mostly from Asian countries, were part of a deal between the Trump administration and Panama to speed up deportations. The deportees were initially sent to Panama and Costa Rica as a stopover while authorities arranged their return to their home countries. However, the conditions in the camp faced criticism from human rights groups. Migrants like Hayatullah Omag, who fled Afghanistan, feared returning to countries with ongoing conflicts. Panamanian authorities denied accusations of mistreatment but limited access to the camp. Many migrants were left in legal limbo, with some hoping for asylum in third countries. Human rights advocates scrambled to help those released like Omag, who now faces an uncertain future. The Panamanian government said the deportees had the option to extend their stay for 60 days, but many like Omag still hoped to find a path to safety. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei stated that the country would not be forced into negotiations under U.S. pressure. This came a day after U.S. President Donald Trump revealed he had sent a letter urging Iran to negotiate a nuclear deal. Trump had mentioned in an interview that there were two options for Iran: military action or a deal to prevent the development of nuclear weapons. Khamenei responded by saying that the US's goal was to impose its demands and that negotiations were not about resolving issues, but about pushing new conditions on Iran. He made it clear that Iran would not accept these expectations. White House National Security Council spokesman Brian Hughes reiterated Trump's stance, emphasizing that the choice remained between negotiations or military action. Despite expressing openness to a deal, President Trump continued to apply his maximum pressure strategy, aiming to isolate Iran economically and reduce its oil exports to zero. The future remains uncertain as both nations stand firm on their positions. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Pope Francis thanked volunteers for their miracle of tenderness toward the sick as the Vatican celebrated the Holy Year Mass for volunteers in his absence. After more than 3 weeks in the hospital for double pneumonia, doctors reported positive news about the 88-year-old Pope's health, noting slight improvement. The Pope has not appeared for his weekly blessing for the fourth Sunday in a row, but sent a message thanking health workers and volunteers who care for the sick. He expressed gratitude to doctors for their care and spoke about the importance of tenderness in helping those in pain. Francis, who has chronic lung disease, remained in a stable condition at Gemelli Hospital with no fever and good oxygen levels. Doctors stated that he was responding well to treatment, but his prognosis remained girded due to his complex lung infection. While the Pope rested, the Vatican continued its operations and celebrated the Holy Year Mass. Cardinal Michael Zerni celebrated the Mass, and meetings with the Pope's deputies showed that he continues to govern from the hospital. South Korea's impeached President Yoon Suk-yeol was released from prison after a Seoul court cancelled his arrest, allowing him to stand trial for insurrection without being detained. Upon his release, Yoon waved to supporters gathered outside the detention center. He thanked his backers and called for an end to hunger strikes against his impeachment. Yoon was arrested in January over his martial law decree, which led to political turmoil. The National Assembly impeached him, and the Constitutional Court was deliberating his fate. Public opinion remained divided, with the Gallup Korea poll showing 60% of respondents supporting his removal. Yoon faced rebellion charges, which could lead to life imprisonment or the death penalty. His lawyers argued that his detention lacked legal grounds. The Constitutional Court's upcoming decision on his impeachment could further deepen South Korea's political divide. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Mikaela Shiffrin set a new World Cup record with her 156th podium finish in Åre, Sweden, but let victory slip away in the slalom. Despite leading after the first run, Shiffrin finished third 0.19 seconds behind surprise winner Katharina Truppe. Katharina Linsberger took second, just 0.05 seconds behind her teammate. Shiffrin, who was racing her fifth slalom since returning from a November crash, expressed satisfaction with her performance, saying she pushed hard. Her 156 podiums broke a tie with Swedish legend Ingemar Stenmark, and she now holds the all-time wins record with 100 victories. Truppe, who earned her first career World Cup win, said she was speechless after the race. Shiffrin needed to win to stay in the hunt for a ninth slalom title, but with 4 competitors ahead in the standings, the season-ending slalom in Sun Valley, Idaho on March 27 will be crucial for the title chase. India triumphed over New Zealand by 4 wickets to win the Champions Trophy, completing a dominant campaign. Chasing a target of 252, India's top order, led by Rohit Sharma's 76, set the tone. KL Rahul finished the job despite the pressure, securing victory with 6 balls to spare. New Zealand, after winning the toss and posting a competitive total, struggled against India's spinners. Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja bowled 38 tight overs, stifling New Zealand's scoring. Daryl Mitchell's 50 and a late surge from Michael Bracewell with 67 were not enough. India's spin attack restricted New Zealand, taking early wickets, and their batting responded confidently. With the victory, India demonstrated their world-class dominance, securing another title after an impressive series of performances. India's next challenge will be defending their title as hosts in the upcoming tournament. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,573.06. The NYSE Composite is increased by 66.72 points or 0.34%. Tokyo stock close price is 36,887.17. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 817.76 points or 2.17%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,372.55. The Shanghai index is decreased by 8.55 points or 0.25%. Hong Kong stock close price is 24,231.30. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 138.41 points or 0.57%. Bombay stock close price is 74,332.58. The Sensex index is decreased by 7.51 points or 0.01%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Trump says minerals deal alone won't reassert US support for Ukraine. Trump offers $25,000 buyout to health workers in cost-cutting move. Trump said daylight saving time should be eliminated but faces mixed opinions. Secret Service shot armed man near White House after police warning. ICE arrests Palestinian activist behind Columbia University protests. Kristi Noem pushes for stronger border enforcement amid immigration crackdown. Panama releases migrants deported from the US amid human rights criticism. Iran stands firm against US demands for nuclear deal negotiations. Pope thanks volunteers as doctors share positive health update. Impeached South Korean President Yoon released ahead of insurrection trial. Mikaela Shiffrin sets all-time World Cup podium record, finishes third in Sweden. And India defeats New Zealand to win Champions Trophy in clinical display. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.